It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got the Seahawks superstar running back. He's been a frequent end-zone tourist. He's second in the league in rushing touchdowns. It's the Seahawks and the Falcons. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense, and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his first pass is incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
3rd and 12. Now Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added the 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 17 carries, 110 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
How about the show put on by these 2 defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Jones has it. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down, and that wasn't easy, but they do wind up converting a 4th and 7 to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll roll him out right. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, Leonard.
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. So that Charles on season 1 right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the head coach in pregame. This is what we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully punts.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers on the ground for Lynch a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's Wilson. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. He's to the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off the play fake, here's Ryan. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Ryan. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Caught by Jones. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Ryan out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Here's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness. So 2nd quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the 1st time. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Man open, here's Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now Ryan. Flush to his right. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it. Yeah,
hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They go play action now. Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. So back to live action. Let's see what this offense can do here on this play. Now Ryan on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Looking in zone for Jones. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Here's Ryan to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot.
Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts from 3 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So we are in the final minute now of the first half. Is this on? To take over.
A 48-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to...
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They give it to Freeman up the gut. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. The Falcons go for it, but it... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
11 yards for number 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
At the 42-yard line.
Handoff now to Robinson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They go play action with Hurts. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Falcons are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Lynch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Wilson on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. To throw again is Wilson.
And he's got Smith-Njigba.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And here now come the Falcons.
And still 2 timeouts. But even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
And they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Falcons, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the